How's it going, folks? Thought I'd give you a bit of a mid-week update on what's going on with the aquaponics system. I haven't answered all the comments underneath the video, but I'll be doing that hopefully before this is uploaded. But I think I've pretty much well made up my mind on what I'm going to do, thanks to you folks there in YouTube land, as well as a couple of people bending my ear via email and whatnot. So thanks, supporters, for getting back to me and giving us a couple of ideas. One thing I've got to clarify, two things actually, before we start. When I was talking about this being dual root zone, I'd probably call it more a flow-through wicking bed, because it would be water wicking through those two bottom cells. Flowing through those two bottom cells and out to waste on the other side, and moisture would just be wicking up. So it's not like the plants are going to have a lot of access to that water down the bottom. The bulk of their nutrients will come from all the soil in the top, because there's a lot more than what I would put in a dual root zone pouch. Another thing people have asked it for is an IAVS sand system after I've visited Owen's place. That's not going to happen here. Too heavy for me to work on. I do have a dodgy back. I'd prefer, if I'm going to build sand beds and do all the heavy shoveling and all that, I'd rather do it on the farm rather than doing it now just to pull it down in possibly a couple of months when we move to the farm, depending on what the new residents of this place here decide, whether they want to keep our system or not and run it for themselves. So yeah, I don't want to build an IAVS sand bed and just have to pull it down. Actually, a third thing I have been suggested to build a sand filter like Terry has. You can check it out, that little video up there, link also in the description. I don't really want to do that because, again, it's a bit of an intensive build. Set it up here just to pack it down and move it later on. I wouldn't ship the rocks up, and I don't want to just leave them in the backyard. So I'm sticking with a radial flow settler for the time being. Actually, if you're a supporter, there will be a video coming out showing a few other bits and pieces I'm playing around with, as well as a bit of a general update if you want to check that out on the YouTube page, and also over on our Farm Your Own Yard Patreon website, just for you supporters. Thank you very much, really do appreciate the support. Now, onto what I've decided to do. And sorry I'm speaking fast, but I just want to knock this off really quickly so I can get into the build. What I'm thinking about doing is everything folks want, except for the IAVS and the sand filter, of course. So my idea is we have a fish tank. Behind the fish tank, we have a radial flow settler that runs into a moving bed bioreactor. From there, we will have the water flowing down into the sump tank, which is down the back there. And on top of the sump tank, I will sacrifice a couple of these beaver boards, make them a bit shorter, and have a floating raft or deep water culture right over the top of the fish tank. Behind that though, I thought I would include these rails. Now it's a bit early in the morning, and I hope that plane isn't too loud. I might just wait, hey? Over the back here, you can see it's a little bit shady at the moment, but what I'm thinking about doing is giving a dear old mango a bit of a haircut. I just need to knock off a couple of branches here, and that will let the winter sun in nicely into there, and yeah, we'll definitely have enough sunlight hitting some Asian greens on those NFT rails, and they can go straight back into the sump. Over here, still going to keep this 400 litre media bed here, actually the one that's in the existing system. This is just for a reference guide. So that will be left there. And in this front corner, I don't really like the idea of jamming this trough in here as a dual root zone. So I'm tossing up whether I should resurrect the old bathtub dual root zone and pop that in here there, because it is a little bit narrower. Something like one of these trays would be perfect, except its lips just aren't high enough and we could end up with overflows and that sort of thing. I think 3 pouches of spuds in the, because I want to do spuds in the dual root zone, in there would probably be a better way to go. And next to it, just here, if we use a bathtub, we'll have a little bit extra room. I will have the flow through wicking bed. So there will actually be 5 different ways to grow in here. And in that one there, in the rails, in the deep water culture, in the media bed, and possibly the dual root zone, maybe not, I'm going to be growing some bok choy, planted out all at the same time from some nursery grown starts, and we're going to do a little bit of a test just to see in which system they grow the best, and we have the plane coming back again. Quick reminder, I do have that guide for sale, $19.95 US, link down below. and some of the video from this may actually make it into that guide down the line. We'll just wait and see. So there you go, folks, and thank you to everyone who did comment and leave their suggestions down underneath the video. If you see that video, feel free to continue to leave your comments, because 2 people will be winning a guide, access to our online guide. Next weekend I will do the draw. I've actually got a supporters hangout where we'll be talking about all this coming Sunday, Aussie time, Saturday afternoon over in the States. So look out for a link for that if you are a supporter. But I think I will pretty much leave it there. A reminder, there is an extended version of this for supporters. But I do hope you're all well and happy and having a fantastic week. And yeah, I will catch you hopefully this weekend with a bit of an update clip on where I'm up to. Cheers, guys. Have a top one. Poor little Jackie got locked inside. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'll come up and get you now. Oh, you gonna say goodbye? Bye-bye, Jackie. I want to give it all a bit of a spray down, because it's pretty dusty, and we have had the house painted, so I don't, you know, want any of that nasty dust in there. Oh, by the way, there's Dusty, and there's Popcorn, and Ned is probably hiding in his tunnel. Oh, there you go, you can probably see them a bit better now. So yeah, they're the drums I have to work with, and the that's all the wicking bed.